So this is the Backtrack FM mobile app demo here. So this is the login screen. You only have to use this the first time that you log in and use the software. So if I type in an incorrect number, it will. This is your staff number or your staff code. So I'll put in the correct number. As I say, you only have to do this once the first time you use the system. After that, it saves your settings on each device. There's a log out here actually if you're going to give the phone to someone else and then they would log in as I just did there. So I'll click on the building icon to start a new shift, and this brings you to the Backtrack FM mobile app home screen. As you can see across the top is the user's name and how many hours they've done for the day and the week. Clicking on that will bring you to the timesheet screen, which I'll go into a bit more detail later. Clicking on the title there, Backtrack FM Mobile Demo, brings you back to the home screen. That kind of resets it. So it tells the user here. By the way, this little icon is you see that's the Wi-Fi icon. If you're offline, there's a line that goes through that, so it'll indicate that you're offline. It checks every 30 seconds if there's any new work to be allocated to the user, or a message actually, which might be something that you'll be using possibly in the future. It also checks, if you've got any time that needs to be pushed up to the server. If you put time against a job, completed jobs, added time to jobs, put non-working time, you see it went again there. So it's every 30 seconds. If you actually are leaving the office and you're maybe going to go in the van to somewhere that doesn't have Wi-Fi, you can actually speed up that process. Instead of waiting 30 seconds, you can actually click on the menu here, click check for new work, and that just speeds up that process. That just does the check. So here, I'll show you a new message here. If you want to, I'll click on that and I'll acknowledge this is just a test message. Acknowledge message. There we go. And clicking on that again brings us back to the home screen. So one new job allocated here. I'll click on that in a minute, but I'll just explain this traffic light system that we've got here. It's based on the Backtrack FM PDA traffic light system. So every job that goes onto Backtrack has an estimated completion date time when the job goes on. So if it's gone past that date, it will go red. If it's within a week of your estimated completion time, it goes orange. If it's within date, then it's green. The yellow is jobs that are in progress. If you've got any time against any of these 6 jobs, that's what the that's what the yellow band is about. And obviously defects, that'll just show you defects, and PPMs, that'll just show you the PPMs there. So I've got 1 PPM here. Click on that again to reset. So 6 jobs in total, 5 defects, 1 PPM. And that's in the red there, and the 1 there is because I've got time against it, as you can see there. So these are test jobs. Some of these are very old. I just from 2021, that one there. So these are just test jobs, just to illustrate. You can search here. There's a free text search menu here, so you can type in. Let me scroll down here to see what we've got here. So I could just type in room 23, for example. Clicking on that as well, that arrow brings you up there. So I've typed in, room 23. It would bring that up. Even if I just typed in 23, it would bring that up for me, which is handy actually if you want to see if you've got any jobs in a certain location or a certain type. If it's a block sink or a toilet or some electrical issue, you can just type in the relevant words, and it will filter the jobs by whatever you've typed in. So also actually, if you want to search by location, if you click on any of these, like that's the site, so if I click on site there, it'll show me jobs for that site. I've only got 1 for there, or the block or the department. So just clicking on it will filter that. There's another option here where you can search for jobs by location. This actually kind of groups them, so you can see how many jobs you've got at different sites and locations. So I'll go to this bottom one here. So this bottom one, Training for Manor Hospital, which is a site. Click on that. It shows you the 2 jobs, one in the Gate Lodge, one in the main block. Click on that, then it will show you the actual job number, and you can click on that, and then it will bring you to that actual job. So that's another way to search for your jobs. What I'll do now is I'll start a job actually. I'll start a job here. So you've got each job is in kind of like a card, so you can look at the full details there. Opens it in a little modal window. So I'll show request. Continue start request. Again, this is based on the Backtrack PDA software. accept all. If I untick one of them, it won't let me continue. So it's just the preamble here that you're pretty used to. Accept all, start job now. So that's started that job now. And actually, if you can see up here, there's a green band here. It says job 1651974 is active. So, and if you scroll down to the other jobs, it won't allow you, that's the job there, but it won't allow you to start on the other job. It says another job is active because obviously you can't be in two places at once. Um, so if you need to stop a job for whatever reason, you just, stop the job, put your hours in, and then you can start another job. So I actually, for this particular job that I've just done there, again, you could type it in, you could scroll down, but this is quite handy. You click on the job number there, and it will bring us to that job. So I click stop request, continue stop request, and then if I just hit finish, it will prompt me. Can't see it on the screen. It says please give a reason if it's not complete. If it is complete, you don't have to give a reason. So I'm just going to say work in progress. It calculates the time automatically. Obviously, this is only a minute because I've started it and stopped it. I have to, if I don't fill all these in, it will, again, you can't see it on the screen, but it says you've basically got to fill in all the kind of post-amble checks. You'll enter your signature. I'll just put more in there. It's pretty easy. I'm using the mouse here. It's easier with your finger on the phone. Any comments? Just put the test here. Click finish, and there you go. That's added that bit of feedback there. Yeah, just 2 minutes there. Testing my signature there. So clicking on that again brings you back to the home screen. So I'm going to pause this demo for a second here. So we've started the job, we've stopped job, added time, didn't complete it. This band, of course, here, one new job allocated. So this, as I say, it checks every 30 seconds for any new work allocated or any work to go up to the server. You click on that, and it'll bring you to that particular job, and I can acknowledge that job if I want. Click acknowledge, and then I won't keep getting this band coming up here. It can be quite handy though sometimes if you want to see how many new jobs are allocated. You can leave. You don't have to acknowledge it. You can just leave them, and then when you want to have a look at the job or you want to start the job, you acknowledge it and whatever. I'll hide that there now. So that was starting a job, stopping a job, and searching. We've done, and you can look at your jobs by location as I showed you earlier. Clicking on that again resets the page. I've clicked on different things there, different locations will also show the jobs in that location by site, block or department. Again, search facilities there. As you start to type, I think I explained earlier, it'll search. So let's go, we'll have a look at the timesheet now. So today, so look, this is the timesheet, and you can go backwards. I think it downloads about 3 months worth of feedback. Click on current, it defaults to the current week, obviously, and the current days highlighted there. So you've got your normal hours and you've got your non-working time and your actual time. So there you can actually edit your non-working time. I'll just show you actually if I was to add that actual time as your hours that you've done. So they're the hours for the jobs. That was the one I just did. I did that feedback. You can scroll down. These are all the hours I've done for today, and hitting the arrow brings you back to the top, back to the timesheet. If I want to add non-working time today, I've got an hour 30 there at the minute. I could click on that and I can add some non-working time. So I don't know, we could say anything really. This is a test. By the way, I clicked on today's date, but you could change that. I could change that to say Wednesday. Don't have to put any comments in there, but I'll put in 2 hours and 15 minutes, add time. So that's done that there. And I can edit it if I make a mistake with non-working time. So I'll go back to the timesheet there. I can see actually Wednesday there, 2:15. Again, I can edit that and say actually no, that wasn't for Wednesday. It should have been actually for Tuesday, for example. So I put it to Tuesday, save that, and it all goes back to the server, back to timesheet, and there you go. It's added that time there, 2 hours 15 that I just added there. I had that already in there. So that's your timesheet. Your non-working, sorry, your actual working time. Obviously, you can't edit that. That's pre-populated for you. But it shows you the jobs that you've put time against, and you can actually show a request and you can start that job and add more time to that job if you wanted to. Continue start a request, and you go through that process as I showed you earlier. So the timesheet there, yeah, just lets you know how many hours you've done for the day and the week, and it combines your non-working time and your actual working time. So look at this menu here. So assisting a request, that's if you happen to be out on site and you're asked by a colleague to give you a hand with a job, and a job that's not allocated to you. Actually, I'll write down this number. I'll use this number here just to show you can't, if the job's already allocated to you, then obviously you can't put a system request because it's already allocated to you. So it does a little check. I'll put this number, this job's already allocated to me. I'll click. It says, look, it's currently allocated to you. Please use a different number. So if I put 8, that'll then let me add time on that job, and I can start the request and etc. etc. So now, and that will actually self-allocate to me as well once it syncs with the server. So that's the assisting request. Timesheet we've seen. Start a new shift. That's if you've forgotten to log out and you want to start a new shift, you click on that, and there you go. You can either continue shift or start a new shift. I'll just continue this shift. And also you've got obviously finish shift there. You can view your clock ins and outs. Again, it pulls back about 3 months worth of data, so you can just check if you want to your clock ins and outs. Messages, that might be something, I'm not sure if you're going to use that or not. Just checking in messages if you want. Back to the top again. So by location, I think we've covered everything really in this demo. Clicking on the title again gets you back to the home page. Just check there for new jobs. So I'll just finish shift, I suppose. Finally, I'll finish shift. If it's not you, obviously, I said earlier, you can log out and log yourself out, and then somebody else can have the phone. So I will finish shift there, and that's it. And now, because I finished shift, I can only start a new shift. And that concludes the demo. Thank you for watching.